ma'am.
I'll let y'all put this down as this one.
Hello, I'm Lieutenant Don Ridley with the Oxford Police Department, and I am over the East Metro Area Crime Center. This crime center performs a lot of different functions, one of which is we have forensic analysts that analyze various electronic devices such as phones and tablets and computers. And these electronic devices could be important in various cases. We do child pornography cases, rape, murder, kidnapping, different things where these devices are basically electronic witnesses that could place suspects at the scenes of crimes and that sort of stuff. We also operate as an emergency operations center in the cases of bad weather, and we have mapping technology and stuff where we can track weather systems as they come and go through the state. We have a lot of different law enforcement partners that come and work out of this facility from municipal agencies. We have ALEA, our state agency, will come here and work from time to time. Various federal agencies come here and work, for example, FBI, Secret Service, ATF, and myself along with Sergeant Brad Young. We've been working here for a couple of years, several years now, and it's an exciting place to work if you're into technology and that sort of thing. We also operate as a real-time crime center. We utilize a lot of different technologies involving cameras and different things like that. So it's an exciting place to work, and if you're into computer and forensics and that sort of stuff, this is really a great place to be. I've been here for about 2 years, and I've been with the police department coming up on 21 years. Earlier, we use cameras all over the city, and we use these cameras for a lot of different reasons. One of the biggest reasons that we use them for is in the case of like hit and run motor vehicle crashes. So if an officer responds to a hit and run crash, if we have a camera that's close to that crash scene, what we can do is go back and pull the video footage from the closest camera, find the footage of that crash, and then use that footage as evidence in a potential criminal case. So it comes in very handy.
Well, one of the reasons why we created the Crime Center is we have about 3 or 4 different cities inside our region who are really violent crime cities, have a lot of violent crime. And one of the things that we wanted to focus on, being on the interstate and having major roadways running through our city, is that if we started this real-time crime center and we invited other agencies, and right now we've got close to 35 agencies that are involved in that crime center in our region, which consists of local, state, and federal agencies. We felt that if we could get those people in there, and we're sharing intel on a regular basis every day, because prior to the crime center, you had departments that were basically silos. They had their intel, and we had our intel, but we weren't sharing it on a real-time basis. So being able to do that inside the crime center and share that intel every day with these other agencies, we're able to help solve crimes faster. We're also able to prevent crimes. And we use a lot of technology in doing that. And one of those technologies is our aviation support unit, which gives us eyes in the sky. You know, I was told many years ago that a helicopter in the sky is like having 20 people on the ground. So if you have an individual who's running, of course, that airship up above is going to be able to locate that individual and direct officers to it, which gets that individual in custody faster and keeps the public safe. We use it a lot to prevent crime such as B&E autos and burglaries and so forth, and it backs up our officers from the air and lets them know things such as pursuits occurring on the roadway. That helicopter can advise those officers who are in that pursuit what's ahead, what type of traffic situations do you have ahead, what do you need to do, can you increase your speed, do you have to decrease your speed. It gives them more intel, real-time intel that helps save officers' lives.
My name is Kevin Mitchell. I'm the Public Safety IT Specialist and a Senior Crime Analyst for the Oxford Police Department. I've been employed with the Oxford Police Department since February of 2019. I have a total of about 6.5 years in law enforcement. So this piece of software, again, is called Fusus. What it allows us to do is aggregate a lot of our tools and resources into a single pane of glass so that we can give command a wide-ranging picture of what's going on throughout our city and with our partner agencies, and then we can then get as granular as needed depending on what the scenario requires at that time. And so one example is, let's say we had a call for service, or even one of the more common things, we had an accident at one of our major intersections. What this system allows us to do is quickly identify where some of our assets are deployed and figure out how those assets can help out. Probably one of the more frequent things that we help our patrol division out with is if we do have an accident at an intersection, sometimes you'll get conflicting stories, and so they can call us up, hey, I got an accident at this particular place, could you check the cameras and see what actually happened? And more often than not, even based on both drivers' descriptions of what happened, because they have their own perspectives, the camera tells a complete story as far as what did or did not happen, and allows that report to be as accurate as possible after we reviewed that video. And so let's say here at 21 and 78, which is one of our major intersections, we get a call that says, hey, there's been an accident here, could you check it for me? With a few clicks of a button, I can get that camera pulled up, see in real time what's going on, and then based upon what I see as far as where the vehicles are parked, where the officers are stationed when they responded, I can actually go back in time now and get a decent understanding of what happened during that event. And so now I'm seeing historical video, and so if there are conflicting stories, I can go back, give good directions of travel, give good descriptions of what each car did that led up to that accident, or if there's a scenario where we have a high-speed chase or we have a missing individual, we can go back historically, look at things that have happened previously, and have up-to-date and accurate information as far as what we're dealing with in that scenario. This is our, I guess, original introduction into drone and robotics for the Oxford Police Department. I believe this aspect of the unit started back in, I think, roughly 2006, and this is what we consider our inspections robot. And so if we ever have a situation where there's a barricaded suspect, we need to breach a structure, whether through a door, window, sliding glass window, stuff like that, we can actually breach, stick cameras in there with the arm, and get more intel as far as what we're doing inside of a barricaded subject situation. This robot weighs approximately 800 pounds, and so basically we can use it as a battering ram. We don't use it for any EOD capabilities because we don't have a certified EOD team. But this same platform is used by like Miami PD, Gadsden PD for doing inspections on suspicious packages, devices, things like that. The arm articulates several different ways. So the base here rotates. We have a shoulder here. We have a basically it's like a knuckle here, and then this wrist has 360-degree rotation. The arm itself, depending on what angle we're at, can lift, I think, up to about 100, 150 pounds. And then if needed, we can actually, like in neutral, we can push a car out of the way. Traditionally, we use these, again, when we have a barricaded suspect type situation. This is actually our second one. Back in 2019, our original Andros robot was actually shot up during a active shooter situation with a barricaded suspect. And he put about 4 or 5 different calibers into the robot itself and finally disabled it when he shot the power cable. And also during that operation, our Bearcat took a couple rounds as well to the windshield. But it is a very capable piece of equipment. We got this courtesy of the U.S. Army. And when it comes to, again, having tools that prevent our officers and personnel from being in danger, we can send devices like this in to ensure our safety until the last possible moment when we do have to take some type of action with a barricaded suspect.
So we use Spot for surveillance and when there's a barricaded subject or somebody that is threatening with a gun, we'll send him into a home or a building for visual surveillance. He doesn't have any features on him now other than for visual surveillance. He'll go in and basically look out at different rooms, see if we can find the subject that might be in there. We use him also to go upstairs if there's a 2-story building or 2-story house. He's the only one of our robots that actually have legs that will actually go up into different rooms. Now, if the room is closed, He's not one to push through the door. If we have that type of situation to where a door is locked or barricaded, we have a different robot to make entry. So this is how I typically control him. You can see the video. His camera's always facing forward. I can put him in, he goes a lot taller, or I can put him down to where he's almost crouching. We typically keep him right in the center, and then speed-wise, typically right in the center too, but I'll get him walking faster. He sensed something that was close to him, so that's why he stopped. The batteries will last just about 3 hours. It gives us enough time to get in and get out. And if we do find somebody in a home, like I said, it has sensors all around it. So if someone tries to push him over, he'll right himself up and he won't fall over. Now, we have had issues to where going up a stairs and he missed his step and fell down, and that's why the side case of the antenna was broken.
All right, so with the Technical Services Unit, or TSU as we call it, we have two main functions when it comes to our technology that we deploy into the field. So like you've already seen, we have our robotics component where we're able to deploy robots into high-risk situations. Sometimes we have a need where we need to do overwatch for an operation, whether it be something like a planned event, whether we have an active event that we're helping out with our special operations and SWAT team. So what we're going to give you an example here is our largest drone, which is a DJI Mavic M300. What this allows us to do is have roughly about 30 to 40 minutes of flight time. So if we're doing a wide area search, we're looking for a lost person, need to have advanced FLIR capabilities, have the ability to play announcements over a PA or use a spotlight in whatever operation. This gives us a lot of different mission capabilities, and we kind of look at it as a miniature version of our helicopters. And we work in tandem with our aviation support unit, where usually we can be a lot more rapid responding to a major incident. And so we're able to lock down that airspace, be able to do our operations, our aerial operations, until they're able to get on station for a long-term event. Or if they have to refuel, we can take over those aerial operations until they're able to get back on station for a long-term event. We usually, like Jen said, we have a lot of our equipment staged in our TSU van, which allows us to, again, rapidly deploy to a critical incident. Much like we had last night, where we had an individual who was reported to be missing. From the time we got the call to the time we were on station was roughly about 20 to 30 minutes. And that's in the middle of the night, because we had one of our members who was on shift, and I was able to respond from the house to pick up our equipment and then go and help that other agency. And so what we'll do now is show you how we put this big boy together and give you some demonstrations on its capabilities. Putting the drone together is fairly straightforward. We have about 6 points of attachment, so 2 landing gear, and then we have to unfold the props. And so barring any airspace issues, from the time we get on scene to the time we deploy, literally it takes us less than 10 minutes to get everything on the bird set up. One of the good things about this platform is it uses 2 batteries, which allows us to extend our flight time. So as long as we have fresh batteries for the operation, we can fly indefinitely. How we're able to do that is because we're using tandem batteries. We can fly by hot swapping. And so as my battery gets to a state where we need to land, usually about between 35 to 30% for both batteries, we can land the bird, independently swap the batteries, and then get the bird back in the air, which usually takes us less than a minute. And so we'll do a pre-flight or pre-operation check. And so I'm going to check all of my controls, make sure that everything is responding as it should. That way, if I do identify any issues, I see those before we get further down range. So one of the neat things about this platform, we have the ability to fly pretty fast. And so the top speed of this is roughly about 30-35 miles per hour. And so when we do have a critical incident, we can get to places a lot quicker. And if we're finding things of interest as we're looking on the camera, we can quickly maneuver the bird.
This is our mobile command unit. This command unit's used usually either on emergency services call-outs or any type of special event that goes on in the city, or anything in the region that we have to go to for a mutual aid assist. Of course, it will go with us, and it gives us mobile operations anywhere that we take it. It has its own communication system, of course, satellites, cameras, conference room. So it's basically a police department on wheels. Well, once mobile command is set up, it has an outside briefing area where we can brief our ESU members or other officers. If we use this for such as a natural disaster, that type of event, of course, we would be able to brief outside. We have a briefing area. Inside here, we have the conference room area. The conference room is for briefings with command staff and supervisors or other agencies. It also has a communications section in the truck where we have a communications officer who can dispatch from the truck itself. And we also have an area for our SWAT, one of the team leaders of SWAT, who they can do, and where they can actually sit and help participate with the negotiations aspect of any type of call out where we have a hostage situation or a barricaded suspect. That's basically the truck itself. It also has a small galley in the rear. So basically, like I said before, this truck is a mobile police department on wheels. It can go anywhere, set up anywhere where we have communications, and we can access anything that we need.
My name is Officer McFarland. I've been in law enforcement for almost 6 years now. The first city I worked at was Anniston, and it was a little bit more violent and a lot of stuff going on, so it gave me the opportunity to learn pretty quick. And I've been at Oxford for a little over a year now, and I'm enjoying it a lot more. I chose Oxford because it has more opportunity to move around in the department. Background, I really only have a grandfather that was an officer up in Chicago, but never knew anything about it because he was retired by the time that we were kids. I really wanted to do this really just as kids growing up, playing cops and robbers and office and whatever. And I had two goals that I wanted to accomplish when I was younger, is be a massage therapist and be a cop. So in my early 30s, I was a massage therapist for 5-6 years, and then later on throughout life, I moved down to Alabama and became a cop down here, and been doing it ever since. It says that the caller is in a disturbance with personnel. It's a cashier, and the caller threatened the cashier. So this should be interesting. There he is. Looks like he's a cop. Hi.
How you doing?
Good. Did you call?
I did.
Okay, what's going on?
So, U.S. cops, I see.
Yeah.
So I called. I'm inside. The Monster Energy drinks, like the coffee, the mocha, and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
So I drink the Mean Beans in the morning on my way to work. Go ahead and get 3 of them, one for tomorrow, one for Friday, want to have one for Saturday. Want to get me a pack of cigarettes, swap my card, says that I owe them $6 and whatever change it is. I said, no, that's where you fucking wrong. Exactly what I said. Shouldn't have said the F word, I understand. Well, no, it's saying you owe this right now. I'm like, I don't know shit. So I told him to call his manager. He says, I ain't got to fucking call nobody. He said, call your fucking manager if you want more money out of me because something's wrong.
Yeah.
Hey, clear my shit, swap all 3 again in my pack of smokes, and if it still tells you the same shit, then I'll pay it.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna fucking do that. Don't tell me what to do.
Oh, okay.
Black guy comes behind the bar, or counter or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Another worker?
Yeah.
Okay.
One from the halfway house. That's where both of them are from. No judgment. He starts telling me to get the fuck out of the store, that I'm being rude. I said, you need to shut the fuck up. You're not in this. Old buddy calls his manager. I don't know what she's telling him. All said and done with, I was told to leave the store.
Yeah.
That's fine, but I want to know why you told me that I owed you $6 more.
Right.
Let me swap my card again. If it still tells you that shit, then I will gladly pay it.
Right.
I ain't got no damn problem with that.
Right.
But don't fucking tell me I owe you money, because there's $20,000 sitting on that card if you would like to see the bank account. I'll sign on to my online banking and let you see it and verify everything else.
Right.
Don't tell me I owe you $6 when I know how much money's in that account for a little $21 purchase.
Right.
$20.42, I think, maybe.
Right.
$20.74, something like that. My issue was the black gentleman coming from behind the counter, bowing up, telling me I need to fucking leave, those words exactly, and all that shit.
Right.
Don't come from that counter trying to bow up at me,
Right.
because I will come across that motherfucker. For what I'm fixing to say next, I would like to be off camera.
That's not going to happen.
So when you walk into the helicopter building, and you see that plaque right there that says Captain Steve Palmer,
Yeah.
that's who my dad is. I will gladly go to that fucking jail for what I believe in.
Right. Okay.
Just wanted to throw that out.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it.
That's why I said, hey, that's why I called Oxford and
Okay.
everything else.
So what do you want me to do for you, other than just
Nothing,
going
I
and
just,
talk
you know,
with
hey,
them?
I guess if you go in there and if you can't do nothing, then that's fine. I have no problem.
Yeah.
either.
Did you get your merchandise, or did they refund
No,
everything?
because they wouldn't fucking sell it to me.
Oh, okay. So they didn't. You didn't swipe it at
No,
all. Nothing.
I tried to, but when I asked to re-swap it 3 or 4 different times, they wouldn't do it because they still said I owed them $6 from the first purchase.
But you were
I didn't want to say nothing, but
okay.
your eyes just said everything. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. So what did you buy in the first purchase? Was it the drinks
3 Monster Energy drinks, Mocha Loca,
and the pack of cigarettes?
pack of Marlboro Light menthol
Code 4.
shorts.
Okay. What were you trying to buy on the second purchase?
The same shit, but I wanted to swap my card again.
Gotcha.
Because
So
they
you're
said-
trying to
they
buy
said-
2 different orders.
No,
It was the same order?
Trying to buy the same order, but they said, oh, it only approved for whatever
So much.
amount, and I owed them more.
Gotcha.
I don't have a fucking prepaid card. I have a debit card
Gotcha. Okay.
with my name on it. You can verify my ID. There's $20-something thousand in that damn account.
Okay.
Don't tell me I owe you fucking money when I know there's money in that account.
Okay.
That's what I had the issue with.
Okay. I'll go talk with them.
Other than that, I don't mind leaving.
Okay.
Hey, good show, by the way.
Whatever you want to do. I mean, I can go chit chat with them and tell them what they sell you.
If you tell me I'm okay to leave, I'll leave.
Oh, yeah, you're
If
okay to
they need
leave.
Stay here. Well, they don't want you back. You just tell me what I need to do, and I'm good with it.
Okay. I'll let me go talk with them. Are you okay with him coming in here and filming me? Okay. So what happened? What's going on?
This guy comes in. Let me finish this transaction.
Yeah,
if you don't mind.
totally fine. Okay. So what happened?
All right. He come in here and he tried to buy some 3 energy drinks.
And a
cigarettes.
pack of cigarettes, yeah.
Well, and then his card says split pay. Well, that means he don't have enough on it. And we told him, sir, you don't have enough. Do you want to give me cash to pay the balance, or what I need to do? He still went irate. Started cussing him, started cussing me, did all this. Said, y'all don't want this kind of trouble. Said, F y'all. Ran out there and got his truck, opened the door and sat on the hood. Just stay there after we told him to leave, get off the property.
Okay.
And my manager said, call y'all.
Okay.
Because we didn't need no trouble.
Okay. That's it. Basically, you just want them to get off the
You
property?
get off the property and don't come back till you cool off. And,
Okay.
And we didn't do nothing wrong, you know what I mean?
Okay, but you got your merchandise,
Yeah,
though?
we got everything.
Okay,
We just
all right.
didn't, you know,
All right,
I don't
I'll-
want no conflict, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally get it. All right, I'll let them know. All right.
Have a good night.
You too. Yeah, he was saying that it was
That's
like
you.
a split pay.
That's the first
supposedly.
thing you ain't gonna fucking do is bow up at me.
Yeah.
That's what I had the issue with.
Yeah.
It wasn't you telling me that I owed you more money. I have no problem paying nothing.
Yeah.
But don't tell me I owe you money when I'm giving you the same card and the same, and then if I owe you more money, I'm gonna give you that same exact card again.
Yeah.
And then you want to bow up at me.
Yeah.
That's just not gonna fucking happen. I will gladly spend a night in jail and not think twice about it. I get paid salary. So,
Yeah. So all he said is he just wants you to leave.
and I
And
have
as
no problem with
when
that.
you cool
but
off, you can come on back, but he
I have
doesn't
no
want you
problem with that,
trespassing or
but
anything.
Don't sit here and bull at me and
No, I
think
get
I'm
you.
just gonna get my vehicle and damn leave like anybody else.
No, I get you. I understand. I'm sorry all this stuff happened.
I mean, I hate it too, but you know, if you want
It
to be
is
like
what it
that,
is,
I mean,
yeah.
I can be an asshole too.
Yeah.
I get paid either way.
Yeah, you got that right. All righty, we'll try to have a better night,
I'm
okay?
glad I couldn't give y'all nothing for the camera, but you know,
It was nice meeting you.
there's only one reason why I didn't. Bill would probably kick my ass himself if I did.
All right, take care,
Y'all
buddy.
have-
All right, take care.
You too, sir.
Do you know him?
I do not.
Okay. Okay, so I believe it was just a major misunderstanding. I think the customer was a little bit offended that they were saying that he had a split payment, which should be a little bit more understanding. And then obviously if he was using foul language, that would indicate that maybe he needed to leave. And I completely understand employees trying to defend themselves when they have a customer that becomes verbally violent. So the employees just wanted him to leave, and that's it.